Hi, this is the Peaceful Prepper, and this is an Urban Gal's top 5 EDC items in an emergency. Over a year ago, the Urban Prepper did a video response giveaway contest with this question: list the 5 most important EDC items in an urban environment that are TSA compliant. I'm paraphrasing, but I was lurking around YouTube at that time, but now that I'm beginning to do videos myself, I thought I'd throw in my 2 cents. Very belatedly. Since the contest is long gone, I decided to change the focus to items that I think are most important in an emergency in a city, when you only have your EDC rather than just things that might be really useful every day, but not so useful in an emergency. My focus isn't personal emergencies, but things like getting home before or during bad weather, widespread blackouts when you're outside of your home, fires, explosions, things like that. And thinking about this, I realized, my goals for this kind of unexpected emergency in the city are first find out what is going on and where. And that will help me plan how to get myself safe. Then to get someplace safe, if I can't get someplace safe on my own, the third option is being able to signal in some way and keep myself alive while I wait for help. So things that in the Urban Preppers contest, there were some things that he assumed people were going to be carrying and didn't count towards the 5 items, like a watch, keys, a phone, and if this wasn't already included, oh, sorry for the glare, if this wasn't already included, I would definitely include this. I think it's a really important way to find out what's going on, and without knowing what's going on and where, it's really hard to know how to respond, no matter what kind of planning you've done. Everyone, he assumes, has a wallet. Oh, there's a lot of glare today. Sorry about that. And again, if cash or credit cards in the wallet weren't assumed in this context, I would definitely include those, because assuming the city hasn't shut down, and if it's an unexpected emergency, it probably hasn't yet, you can get supplies you need, food, water, shelter, transportation, with cash and credit cards. I'm also throwing in my own assumption, which is people are dressed appropriately for the weather. So if it's winter, they have a warm coat, hat, gloves. If it's summer, they're dressed in cool clothing and have something to protect them from the sun. So those are the assumptions. So the first item on my list, comfortable shoes. I think mobility, being able to get yourself to a safe place, is probably the most important thing after knowing what's going on. And for women in a city, often, especially if we're going back and forth to work, the shoes we're wearing aren't really good for walking or standing or anything. So I think particularly for women, I don't think this would apply quite so much for men, but to have a second pair of shoes that you can really use as shoes, I think is really critical for an EDC in case of an emergency. The next item is a flashlight, and that could be something like just a keychain flashlight like this little Nano, or a more intense flashlight like this Olight M18 Striker. And I just got this, and I'm going to be doing a video about it sometime in the near future, I think. The next item is either a whistle, and this is just a aluminum whistle that I keep on my keychain, or some kind of personal alarm. And again, I've just ordered, I'm trying to upgrade my personal defense items for my EDC, and I've just ordered a personal alarm that when it arrives, I'll do a video on it, maybe in conjunction with the flashlight. The next item is a handkerchief or bandana. This is kind of a little bit of a psychedelic blue one, but I thought it would show up better on camera than just a white handkerchief. A handkerchief can be useful for first aid, to be used to cover your mouth and nose, to help you breathe, to help you keep cool, and for hygiene. And the last item is a water bottle. This is a Life Factory glass bottle. It's what I carry around with me, but any water bottle when you're even slightly dehydrated, you can lose energy and focus, which is the last thing you want to have happen in an emergency. This can rinse out a cut. And for me, it's also, I think, a comfort item. I drink a lot of water, and just knowing I have some water would be reassuring to me in an emergency. So those are the 5 items that I chose. I'm going to cheat and throw in a 6th, which is a little flash drive. You can see that I carry around on my keychain. This isn't so much useful during an emergency, but after an emergency, in the unfortunate occurrence that your belongings were destroyed, that you can't get to your home and you need some vital information or documents, you have this with you and it's available to you to help you out once an emergency ends. So thank you for watching this Urban Gal's top 5 EDC items for an emergency.